Hey guys, we've got something very special for you today. But if you're the squeamish type, you might want to shut your eyes. It's about to get bloody up in here. You see, today we're going to have a look at the basics of blood, including its various functions. So enjoy and pay close attention. While it looks like it's all a single red liquid, blood is actually a mixture of all kinds of interesting things. If you put it in a centrifuge and spin it around really fast, the fluid separates into its various components. Now you can see the solid components of the blood, separated from the liquid component, the blood plasma. The portion of blood made up of solid components is about 42%, and plasma makes up about 58%. Plasma is composed of about 90% water, and the rest is mostly proteins. The proteins in plasma are there to do things like transport hormones and help with the body's immune defenses. The blood also contains three kinds of cells: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. These cells are formed in the bone marrow. In technical terms, red blood cells are also known as erythrocytes, white blood cells are leukocytes, and platelets are called thrombocytes. Thanks to an extensive network of blood vessels, the blood is able to reach every nook and cranny of the body. And keep in mind that the circulatory system is a closed system. I mean, that's what the whole circulatory part means. The heart pumps up to 15,000 liters of blood through the body's system of blood vessels each day. If the number 15,000 is too abstract, you can think of it this way. 15,000 liters corresponds to 10 or 11 full bathtubs, 15,000 mop buckets, 4,000 gallons of milk, or 60,000 cups of coffee, and so on. Blood does a lot of different things, and it plays a role in pretty much every system in the body. Its primary job, though, is to supply the body with oxygen. Generally speaking, blood does 4 different things. These include the transport of materials, the regulation of body temperature, immune defense and clotting, and maintaining the balance of acids and bases. Item numero uno in the blood's job description is the transport of materials, which can itself be broken down into several different tasks. You've got the transport of oxygen and other gases, the transport of various nutrients, and the removal of waste. When we talk about gas transport, we're talking about how the blood supplies O2 to the various parts of the body and removes CO2 and other waste products of metabolism. In other words, it has to do with breathing. How exactly does that work, you might ask? It's actually pretty easy. In the lungs, the blood loads up on oxygen, taking it into the arteries and carrying it from there to the body's cells, where it unloads its cargo. At the same time, it also picks up CO2 from the cells, taking it back to the lungs by way of the veins. CO2, that is carbon dioxide, is of course the waste product of breathing. From the lungs, it just gets breathed out, and then it's gone from the body. Here's the takeaway. The arteries are where oxygen-rich blood flows to the body's cells. The veins are where blood containing carbon dioxide flows back to the lungs. So far, so good. Now, let's look at the next item in blood's job description, the transport of nutrients. It's hard to imagine, but that triple bacon cheeseburger you just scarfed down is going to be broken down into little pieces that are so tiny that they'll soon be hurtling through your bloodstream. So vital nutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, and fats get picked up by the blood, which carries them to the individual cells, where it unloads them, supplying the cells with whatever they need at the time. So it's like a delivery service that brings you whatever it is you want. But it's just a bit faster in this case. The final transport function blood performs is waste disposal. Blood helps keep the body clean and functioning properly by removing toxins and waste materials produced by the individual organs. It keeps them from building up and causing harm, flushing them out via the organs of the excretory system, such as the kidneys. So when you've had a drink or two too many and your body doesn't just shut down, you've got your blood to thank for that. It takes alcohol, which is actually a toxin, and ships it off to the liver, where it gets broken down. So the thing to remember here is that blood is a delivery service and a waste disposal service all in one. Another function of the blood is the regulation of body temperature, taking heat and spreading it evenly throughout the body. It has a high heat capacity that allows the body to maintain a constant temperature, keeping all the vital organs at something like 37 degrees Celsius. And then there are the defensive functions performed by the blood, which include immune defenses and clotting. The white blood cells in the blood help to fight off certain harmful microorganisms, producing certain antibodies that strengthen the body's defenses against germs and other pathogens. Clotting or coagulation involve the platelets and certain proteins circulating in the blood forming a kind of sealant, allowing them to quickly and reliably repair damage to the blood vessel walls and prevent further blood loss. The last function of the blood we're going to talk about is the role in preventing too much acid from building up in the body. Blood contains buffers that help to maintain the vital balance of acids and bases in the body. Buffers are chemical substances that stop the blood from becoming too acidic by absorbing or buffering fluctuations in its pH value, which should be around 7.38 to 7.41 on average. Okay, once again from the top. Blood is made up of 42% solid components and 58% plasma. It also contains 3 different kinds of blood cells, which are formed in the bone marrow: the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. Red blood cells are known as erythrocytes, white blood cells as leukocytes, and platelets as thrombocytes. The primary functions of blood are transporting materials, regulating body temperature, immune defense and clotting, and pH buffering. And there are also 3 main things blood transports: O2 and CO2, nutrients, and waste products. Alright people, that's it for the first part. So have fun with the next few videos about this amazing red stuff.